Hey everyone, welcome to The Silver Lining here on YouTube, or welcome back. I'm Sarah and I am going to be starting a 40 bags in 40 days journey. If you're unfamiliar, there is a Facebook group, there's an Instagram hashtag. I'm not sure exactly where it started, but a few years ago during Lent, I started my first challenge, 40 bags in 40 days. So I'm gonna begin it again this year. I did it last year too, and I documented my progress on my Instagram account, which will be linked below. This year, I am going to document it on Instagram, and also I'm gonna film a few of the decluttering projects that I do along the way, just for a little bit of inspiration, maybe some motivation. If you're someone like me who just likes to declutter and get things out of the house, it just helps to feel a little bit lighter. So today I'm gonna get started. It is the first Thursday of Lent. Ash Wednesday obviously starts Lent. That's the very first day, preceded by Mardi Gras or Fat Tuesday. My family and I are Catholic, so we really like to give something extra or sacrifice something, because the story of Lent is that Jesus was in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights with no food and little water, and he was tempted and tempted and tempted, and he resisted. And so as Catholics, we do the same throughout Lent, and we can participate in Holy Week, and then at Easter we're obviously celebrating that Jesus is risen. So my version of the 40 bags in 40 days may be a little bit different than some. I don't necessarily need a bag. It can be anything that helps lighten your load. So if you need to clear out a toy box, or I decluttered 2 sweaters or 2 pairs of jeans, that to me is considered a bag. So it's not really about the tally marks, it's just about sort of the spaces that you do and the way that you feel. So however that looks for you, my version is just that over the next 40 days, I plan to lighten my load, lighten my inventory in my home, so that we feel much more ready for the spring and summer season. I just really like to have less to maintain in my house so that I have more time to spend with my family. I hope that this inspires you in some way, whether or not you take the 40 bags in 40 days challenge, or if it just inspires you to clean out a junk drawer or a closet. Whatever the case may be, I hope that you can join in. Leave a comment anywhere that you are participating or following along, and I will be happy that it is inspiring someone along the way. So let's get started. So for me today, I'm gonna be cleaning out the hutch. As you can see, I have a couple of shelves inside of the cabinet. There are 2 drawers and then another cabinet down below that houses some toys and some miscellaneous. So because there's drawers and doors, there's always some hidden treasures inside. So today I'm going to clear out the hutch, whatever that may look like. I actually like to take everything out and clean the drawer or the space out as part of something I saw here on YouTube from Sophia at My Great Challenge. She did a DOC challenge last year, I believe. It's called Declutter, Organize, and Clean Your Space. So I like to incorporate that into my 40 bags in 40 days. And these few shelves on my hutch are feeling a lot better. Even just the fact that I took everything off of them and cleaned them just makes it feel so much better. And unfortunately or fortunately, sometimes you just have spaces in your house that this is where the junk goes. So for example, this red basket, I did clear out some things in there, but that's just where some of the overflow goes. And that's okay because it has a container and it's organized and it is in its compartment where it belongs and the surface is all clean. So I'm totally fine with that. So I feel good about that space and I feel good that it's clean and organized and decluttered. So here's what I've cleaned off of the shelves of my hutch. Not too bad for just a few minutes of work. I would say I got about 2 bags. If you're someone who really thinks that you need to make the tally marks and you really want to reach that 40 bags goal, then I would call it 2 bags because 2 of the piles need to go out of the house, which is 1 bag, and 2 of the piles need to find their way either into the recycling or someplace else in the home. So I'll call it 2 bags. It took me maybe 15 minutes to go through all of it and get it cleaned. So I hope it is a little bit motivating for you to get started and find a small space in your home. Clearly, I didn't get to the rest of the hutch, so I will get to that maybe tomorrow. That way I have that entire hutch finished, and like I said, it's kind of a junk collector. It's kind of a place to hide things, but it's where they go. So it just helps to know what's in there, know the inventory, and be able to find things whenever it's time to find them. Something that I want to mention as I start in the bottom part of my hutch is that it's really good to start someplace small in a space that you know you can tackle in just, a short amount of time. The other thing that I want to mention is that I had said before that I did my first 40 bags in 40 days journey a couple of years ago. So it's been a process for me. So I don't want you to feel intimidated by the fact that maybe you think that my spaces aren't as cluttered as yours or I seem more organized. It's all in the eye of the beholder. And so if this challenge inspires you to tackle one room or one area or your kitchen table or any daunting task, that is my ultimate goal here. All right, at the end of day 2, I've gotten about 3 bags from my entire hutch. It's all cleaned out, it's all decluttered, it's organized, and I just feel good about having that finished. I am moving down to my office space today. My husband and I recently redid our office space, so we have these dual office desks. That way I have my own office space and he has his own because he has been working from home a lot during the beginning of the pandemic, not so much now, but he still has the ability to do so. So we just wanted to make sure that our office spaces were easy for both of us to get work done. So if you are interested in seeing that video, I will link it down below and up above so you can see that. I have gone through my office space a couple of different times because used to this whole entire space was mine. So when my husband took it over, I cleared out a bunch of stuff so he would have room for his stuff. And then when we rearranged again and put our office desks together, I decluttered some more. But I want to really get down into it and clean out like this, let me see if I can point to it, this drawer right here and this junky thing over here. And I just want to kind of go through and make sure that everything is working as best it can and making the most sense. Like I said, it's good to start small. So even though I have decluttered a lot in my office, there are certain aspects that really needed some attention. And I do have other areas in my home that are going to require more time and energy. But I do have some time restrictions because I do have my youngest daughter home with me. And I want to make sure I'm being the best mom I can be first and foremost. All right, well, thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. Like I said, I'm gonna be trying to keep up with filming and decluttering for the entire 40 days of Lent. So I'm gonna be trying to post 1 video a week on Thursdays, and that will be my whole week's worth of work into one video, but make sure that you're following me on Instagram as well, because I'll have daily posts there with all the bags that I am clearing out of my space. If you enjoyed this video, be sure and give it a thumbs up. My friend Natasha over on her channel Around My Home is doing a 31 baby steps. If you're familiar with the Fly Lady, it is a 31-day course where you just implement small things along the way to help keep your space cleaner and more manageable. There is a little bit of decluttering in the Fly Lady system as well. It's not quite as intense as what I'm doing here with the 40 bags in 40 days. So if you want to check out that, I will link her channel above and below, and you can be sure to check that out too. I'd love to hear if you're joining in. Be sure and leave a comment here or over on Instagram and connect with me. I'd love to hear from you. I will see you in the next video. Bye.